Hi folks, welcome to Course Vapor Reviews once again, and welcome to the video. Now, you said you want real temperature control, then there is the Koopor Mini. Not my words, these are Koopor's USP from the back of the package. Now, I thought I'd start with that because it's quite apt, but this is a review, guys, for a Koopor Mini, sent on to me by my good friend John Bold of boldvape.co.uk. Pricing's around about 30 quid. I think it was 29.90 last time I looked. He had it on a special earlier on. But get in quick, guys, because there's not many of this first batch left on boldvape.co.uk. I'll put the link in the video underneath in the description underneath the video to the product. But John sent me this for review, and it's a bloody stunning bit of kit. It is a stunning quality. It's stunning build quality. The design of it, the size of it, it has a lot of features. Now, a little bit on Koopor is that they are part of the Smoke family, Smoke Tech. This is a subsidiary or another brand, but it's definitely using a smoke chip in here, or derivatives of it. But yeah, and to be honest, I'm blown away by the quality of the materials used, the quality of the finish, the display. How it feels in the hand. It's a single 18650 device. I have a Sony VTC4 in here. It's got a magnetic back, which is probably one of the best magnetic backs I've had in recent months. Very little movement. There's movement up and down because that's how you're supposed to get it off. But it's quite a stiff movement, and it's really good. We'll go up for close-ups and have a look on it. But I'm running at 42 watts with a normal cancel coil on at the moment. This is a 60 watt temperature control device. Also comes, I don't know if this is coming all the time with the Koopor Mini, but I believe that all the ones that John Bold of Bold Vape has got in, they come with these. And I've seen a couple of reviews on video where they've showed this as well. So they might just be giving this away in the first instance for the first 10,000 or whatever, I don't know, but it does come with a skin as well. But I like to use it like this. It looks stunning, absolutely stunning. So we'll have a quick vape on it. It's so nice to use after holding something like that. That's the X Cube 2, and that's the sizings. Comparisons, it's like dwarfs it. The Koopor Mini does, and it's really nice. So let me just go through a few specs with you, but then we'll go down for close-ups. And it's like I say, it's a very cheaply priced 60 watt TC device. It has what Koopor mentioned as a dual driver system in here to sort of like the curve on the vape effect. I don't know, I don't know if this improves it or not over and above any other mod, but it's on their website, so it's part of their USP. It's more of a stable curve, so it says it improves the boost of the voltage to the atomizer. It has something called a high frequency dynamic monitoring resistance in here, which it's constantly monitoring the atomizer. It's at 4,000 times per second, and thus regulating the temperature of the heating coil more effectively. I'm just reading specs from their website, and it does vape very well and very smooth. So I'm not one to sort of disagree with that at all. I think it says it's 250 microseconds, once every 250 microseconds, with a precision of approximately 4,000 times per second. It's looking for regulating the temperature the chip is on here. It has obviously TC mode and VW mode. It can also run in with a nickel coil and a titanium coil. It also has a TCR on here. I'll show you on the close-ups, which is the coefficient resistance, and it's a bit up in the air, that one, because it's not on many mods, and it's partly due, from my research, my own research. It's Richard NG touched on it, but I don't think he knew what he was actually. He said it was a lock of something. It was a lock for the resistance, but it's not. It's to do with your softness or hardness of the nickel that you buy, and you can alter the TCR rate of that. But you sort of don't try. I wouldn't really mess with it too much, to be honest. It goes from it goes from 0080 down to 0030 or something like 40 or something like that. And I've left it. I've seen it on one mod before, and I can't remember which mod it was, but it's I've left it at 00.50, which is pretty much in between. I believe it's down to the hardness or the softness of your nickel that you buy and purchase. It has nickel has different properties, whether it's tempered or soft or what. So yeah, don't quote me on that one, guys. But it's got some other little features on here as well. It has, obviously, it's a single 18650 device. 5-button up and down buttons. It has 2 little marks. I will show you on close-ups anyway. Charge port. For me is one negative, because it's for updates only. Now, with it being a single 18650, I know you can take it out pretty easily, but I would have liked that to have charged, that USB to have charged the single 18650 in here. A box that can breathe is one of their USPs, and it has many holes, but they are fashioned in a way that it doesn't make the mod look too ugly at all. There's none on the front. There's a few on the bottom, and then there's a few on the back side of it. And obviously it's magnetic back. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick last vape on it, and then we'll go down for close-ups of this. What I believe is a little beauty for the money that we're going to be paying for it here in the UK. It's really, really nice, and they do have. I'll tell you now. They have a Koopor Plus coming out as well, which is a 200 watt version of this, and this is that'll be a dual 18650 mod. Well, if it's anything like this, that's going to be stunning. So we'll take one last vape, and then we'll go down for close-ups. There you go. We'll see you down at the table, guys. Right, guys, here we are close up with the Koopor Mini, and this is what you get from boldvape.co.uk when you order this, and from Koopor, the manufacturer itself. You get a little silicone sleeve for the mod, which is free with the device. It's separate from the device. It's not, obviously it won't fit in the box. Well, it would do if it was wrapped up in there, but they just bundle it with this. Whether this is an ongoing thing or not, for every mod in the future, for every Mini in the future, I don't know. Or if it's just a free gift because it's a new mod. But they, all the ones that are being sent out are being sent out with these skins. So that's the skin. I'll get it out just to show you. It's just it's an orange one. It's more for the ladies, really. I'm not going to use it. Very orange. It's got all the holes for it. I'll show you on the mod in a bit. So that's that. It's got all the air holes on it and stuff. It's just a skin at the end of the day. This is what we're here for, which is the Mini, the device. And let me just go into manual mode, focus wise. So that's the box. Usual on the box. I like to show people the box, what's on it. You have the Koopor scratch and reveal authentication. code. You scratch that off at the bottom, and then you go to the website, which is listed in the instruction manual. This is the features and specs of the device, and I'll just zoom in a little bit, or focus in a little bit on this. So as you can see, you pause the video. It is KP60, still not very clear, is it? There we go. The model is KP60, temperature control box mod, outputting 1 watt to 60 watt, atomizer of 0.06 ohms to 0.2 ohms in TC mode, and 0.1 ohm to 3 ohms in variable wattage mode. Material is stainless steel and zinc alloy, which is what the mod's made of, and they're the sizings there. And the weight is 120 grams. Do not use this device if you're under the age of 18, keep out of reach of children, etc., etc. And there's their website. All the CE markings and the QR code here will take you to the website. So we slide the sleeve off, and then it's like a Kanga box, to be honest. How Kanga started packaging their stuff up. It's just a drawer. You slide the drawer out, and you get greeted with, we'll put that box to one side, the device nicely presentation boxed. Really nice packaging. And so what we'll do is we'll get that styrofoam out. We'll get there's a card in here. Put that to one side as well. And this is a customer card. On this customer card is the warranty length. There we go. Koopor customer card. So there we go. 6 months, and then you fill it in, and then you go to the website via the QR code, and there's the product verification instructions and the warranty there, etc. So that's a card that you get in the box. And you also get a nice instruction manual, very detailed instruction manual. Just flick it through the pages for you. You know, it tells you everything on the screen, specs, appendixes there. You know, there's lots of information. But please do read these instruction manuals, especially with the temperature control devices, because they do help you out in the main. Some don't, but a lot do. So we'll just put this package to one side, and then we shall start having a look at the Koopor, which is, I think, really, really nice. It is a really nice bit of kit. Really nice mod. Stainless steel, brush type finish, as you can see. So on the lighting there, it's got a brush finish to it, but it's a glossy finish. It's got a lacquer over the brush finish too, but it's a nice smooth. A bit slippy in the hand. It could be if you've got sweaty palms, but it can be a bit slippy with that, having that lacquer finish on. But it makes the finish of the mod really nice. There's not a single glitch on this anywhere. I'm hoping that all the mods that are being sent out and made are of this quality, because they are. It is really, really nice quality, really nice. So we'll start at the top. Stainless steel 510 spring-loaded center pin, which is gold plated of some brass, I would say, or copper. I can't make out what if it's brass or copper. Probably brass. It might be stainless steel as well. So you know, I don't know, but it's definitely got like some sort of plating to it inside there. Spring loaded, by the way. And as we work down, on the back side we have the battery cover, which slides off, and that way it says open and mini, and then all this battery venting here. What we do is we slide it down like so and take it off. Really nice design. And you know, you're supposed to sort of like it. The magnets are pretty strong, so you just slide it back on like that, take it off. Got a couple of little runners on the sides here that click in the side, and really no real battery door movement at all. Obviously there's that up and down movement which is needed, but Really nice. Koopor logo branding is really nice in my opinion. I like this design down here. Really futuristic, the design of this in my opinion. Now it's got a micro USB and some more battery venting on the bottom. Now if you read that underneath the micro USB, it says not in charging, only upgrade. That's the first negative, or probably the only negative really. Why these don't charge, I don't know. There's a number of these out at the moment that are putting micro USBs on and only allowing it to upgrade the chip. In my opinion, it's just, you know, if there's a USB, you know, if you're putting the trouble to get putting a USB in there, just make it so as it charges as well. You know, it's just stupidity. I know it's an easy battery removal, but you know, just for quickness and that, I would just charge it. This, with it being only a single 18650, I would charge it through this if it was able to, but it's not. And I have tried it. And so we'll take that off, and you get some magnets on the inside of the door, quite strong ones as well. And the other two magnets are here and here. And more venting in here for the chip and the screen, keep the mod cool. And then I've got a VTC4 in here, and really nice battery bay. Got the spring similar to what the X Cube 2 has. So we'll put the battery back in again. And it's got a little battery symbol there, show you which way round the battery goes, negative and positive, and a little number stamped on here. I don't know if that's a serial number or not. And we'll put the back on. Nothing else on the outside I need to show you, apart from the fire button and the buttons and the screen here. Now the screen is very good, very clear, very clear. So one click. Sometimes I've had to 5-click it to turn it on. Depends how long the battery's been out of the mod, out of the device. But now, so if you're just replacing your battery, it's just a single click to get it back up and running again. So that's it really, guys. So sometimes it's a 5-click on and off, sometimes it isn't. If you 5-click it now while it's on, 1 2 3 4 5, it goes into click 5-time lock mode. And there is a few shortcuts on this mod. I won't go through them all, but they are listed in the instruction manual, mainly because I don't want the video to go on extensively long. But on the screen here we have, in temperature mode, we have battery symbol, norm, that'll say norm, soft or hard there at the top, and then we have the ohms here, and then we have the degrees in Fahrenheit, and then a lock symbol here. The lock symbol shows you whether you've got key lock on or key lock off, or whether the device is locked itself. So if you press these two up and down buttons together, I think it's M2. No, it's in 5. Sorry, 1 2 3 4 5. It's in. You can up and down locked. So, and then the lock symbol becomes locked then. And up and down unlock. It unlocks. So that locks your Fahrenheit or your watts from moving. Whereas this, if you press 5 times, locks the whole mod. So nothing will work. So it's a safety feature built in. And you can still go into the temp. You can still go into the menu from that, but you can't fire it 2 3 4 5. So we'll get back out of there. So that's in Fahrenheit mode. To go into the menu, we click the fire button 3 times. 1 2 3, and then we see these symbols similar to the ones. If you leave it, it'll go through and sort of go. So we're gonna have to try and go through quickly, guys, this, because it's very similar to the Smock M80, how you use the menu system, but with a lot more features than the M80. So it's 1 2 3. First one is your wattage or temp mode, wattage mode. You can use these buttons as well, or you can use your fire buttons to pick. Once you select what you want, you can just leave it. I want it on temp mode, so just leave it and it sets itself to temp mode. If you want it on wattage mode, You leave it, click, and then leave it again, and it'll go into watches mode, and then back in, we're into watches mode now. So on the screen in watches mode, we get, instead of having a temperature, we have the watts here, and then you alter the watts, and it does do it quickly from 1 watt all the way up to 60 watts. There we go. So that's that. Let's put it back down to about 40 watts. There we go. 38, 39, 40. Right, that's that now. So back into the menu again. 1, 2, 3. Your next one is the coil. So it's coil nickel, coil titanium. So you can use titanium or nickel coil. So we'll leave that like that. So 1, 2, 3. Back in again. TC is your temp norm, temp hard, or temp soft. So that is like we've seen on the X Cube 2 and other devices in the past, where it's if you want a softer hit, it starts lower than the selected wattage or temp, and then creeps up to it within a few seconds. And then if you go on normal, it'll stay at what you set it at, your vape. And then if you set it hard, it'll fire higher and then drop down to your set watts. So that's what that is. It's like a boost, or a sort of like a warm-up feature or a boost feature. 1, 2, 3. Back in again. TC. The next one is your screen seconds timeout, so you can alter that. I won't go into that either. Let's press again. Keep going. That's your puff counter, where you can it does remember your puffs, etc. You can reset it from that. So I'm not going to go into any great depth with these, because it's bloody, the screens don't stay on long enough. Right, 1, 2, 3. Well, puffs, and then we've got, you can change the orientation. There's a shortcut for changing that when you're in 5-click mode. Excuse me. Let's go back into that again. So you can change it to left or right, etc. To the lefty move, leave it like that at the moment. 1, 2, 3. And then we have, after that, a TR mode. Now this is a nickel TCR I was telling you about earlier. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Let's just get this right. 1, 2, 3. TR mode. Right, now you can change this from nickel TCR. This is your coefficient resistance of the wire from 40 up to 80 or 00080. That's down to the hardness or the softness of your nickel that you buy. From what I've researched and seen, I think I've seen it on 1 or 2 mods before. But you know, for devices like this, I don't think it's needed, to be honest. And I've just had it set. I don't know what it was set on at default, but I've just left it at 50. So I'm just let's go back to it again, because I think I've changed it. I mean, you can mess about with it and play with it if you want. Let's just go back down and put it at 50. I have, and left it at that. So after that, why am I clicking 5 times? 1, 2, 3. But it is a really good, nice device to use. This is the AIO, which is the adjustment of the initial resistance of your ohms, which was a new addition recently on the X Cube 2, which is prevalent on here as well. I'm not too sure about this, and I've spoke to Smock as well, and I'm not too sure that Koopor should be using it either. It changes the base resistance of your atomizer because of, i.e., let's say, this is what Smock have told me, dirty contacts, etc., etc. And I don't think it's needed, to be honest. It's if you play with it too much, it can really alter the vape. If you mess with it too much. So let's, for saying sake, that you've got a 0.25 ohm, a 0.15 ohm resistance here. If you mess with this, let me just go back into it again. The AIO. if you mess with this in the initial ohms, it changes your initial base resistance of what your coil is. Now, me personally, I don't get it. I just don't get that at all. Every vapor needs to know, or should know, that you clean your own contacts, etc. and that. But I'm just not sure why that needs to be added to a mod. To be honest, unless there's umpteen different sort of like thicknesses, softnesses of nickel or whatever. I don't know. I just don't know why they put that on. Why you would need to alter the base resistance of nickel once the chips. Once you've built your nickel atomizer, let's say let me screw my Sigali off here and screw it on here. Let's put an atomizer on it, and it should say new coil. Let's screw it off first because it's in wattage mode. You can change it quickly by temp mode. A shortcut for the temp mode is the up button and the fire at the same time, and it's it round robins from centigrade at 600 to 100 degrees C. It's right, it's in Fahrenheit. I'm a Fahrenheit man. So at 470, right, let's screw this on. And this is a 0.25 ohm coil, I think. See, now that's not shown up there. Let's zero it out again. No atomizer. Should show up as new coil. No, it's not doing it this time either. But it does. That's one thing I've noticed with this. It shows up sometimes new coil, sometimes it doesn't. But let's just for camera purposes now. That's 0.25 ohms. If I change that to AIO, which is the initial resistance, leave it. It's not my ohms up by 0.05 to 0.30. Now I know for a fact that this coil in here is nowhere near a 0.30 ohm coil, so I don't know why you would need to change the base resistance of this nickel coil. Don't get that. I spoke to them about it and I still don't get it. So that's it, guys, for the menu. The menu system is very similar to an M80, how you use it. If you've all had an M80 in the past, it's very similar, but with features brought over from the X-Cube 2 wise, and there's a sort of like a coefficient rate on there, which is, the TCR. You could call it a coefficient rate, which is this here. I'll show you again, which is the TR1. So you can change this one TR there, nickel TCR. That's your coefficient rate, which you can change as well. But it does have separate titanium and nickel on here, as you've seen in the video now. So that's a close-up, guys, and a really nice mod for the money. It's got a lot of features. Build quality is fantastic, and I just love the mod. Really, really nice. Really, really good pick up and go mod because it's so cheap as well. So we'll go back up to the top, guys. We'll have a vape on it, and we'll see you back up to the top. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back up to the top. One thing I didn't do in the close-ups for you was see, it's come up new coil up now. Let's just it didn't come up in the close-ups. Show you. New coil up, and it's 0.16 ohm. This coil on here, and I'm going to do I'll stay out of focus for a bit because I'm going to do a little cotton burn test for you when I've threaded this cotton up. Show you. So we're at 470 degrees Fahrenheit. Obviously there's a few settings on here that can alter the cotton burn test on this, but this is firing at 470 degrees Fahrenheit, and as you can see, temp protection's kicking in. Now I've seen it on another video where it says dry coil, so whether they've upgraded the chip on this or not, I don't know, but it says it's timed out now. So I'll pull it out and there's hardly any scorching there at all. So whether they've changed the firmware on this to say temperature protected instead of dry coil, no liquid, because I've seen one video where it says when you're doing this cotton burn test that it says dry coil, no liquid, because it should say that because there's no thingy, but some of them do say temperature protect. But press it again, it says temperature protected, and then I've left it on till it sort of unlocks, and there's no burns on that, just a little tiny bit of scorching, that's all. That's at 470 degrees Fahrenheit, so temperature control does work on here. Now, yeah, I don't know why it says temperature protect now instead of dry coil, no liquid, which is what I've seen one of the sample models of this before doing. Oops, right, autofocus call, that's better. Yeah, I've seen a video on YouTube of a sample model of this, and it said that when I watched these cotton burn tests, it come up dry coil, no liquid, rather than temp protect. So, but much the same. It does work anyway. It does work. As long as that cotton doesn't burn, we know it's working. As long as it doesn't burn too much, we know it's working. Or flame up, etc. But there are a few little factors on this device that can change that cotton burn test drastically. The setting, the AIO setting, the initial adjustment setting of the base of the resistance can change that as well. So new coil up again. So 0.24 ohm on the Segali Elite tank. I'm still using the Segali Elite tank. And so I'm at 470 degrees Fahrenheit in normal mode. 1, 2, 3. What have I got? Obviously I've chosen. I'm just checking my settings haven't changed from when I was on the close-up video. Just nickel. That nickel TCR set at 50, 00050. So we'll have a vape. So let's have it at 480. It's a normal mode as well. So that norm, the soft, normal, and hard mode, that does change it, the vape as well, quite noticeably. I've got some 7030 juice I had from Vape Fest, 12 Monkeys, called Kanzai. Really nice, like a tropical vape. So let's go and change it to not temp mode. I'm in temp mode already. Hard. So I've just changed it to. Let's just get the focus in right. I'll change it to hard there at the top, 480 degrees Fahrenheit. 0.24 ohm coil. So I think 0.24 there, 480 degrees Fahrenheit. I've set it at that for purpose because I'm going to change that TCR now. 1, 2, 3. To its maximum of 0.00080. That's noticeably a little warmer, putting that up from the 480 degrees Fahrenheit I had set before when it was at 0.00050. Now that coefficient rate, I've turned that up slightly for the nickel I've got in here, and it's on maxed out now at its maximum of 0.00080. That's what it says on here. I'll show you that now. There's so many features on a little mod like this. It's hard to get it across on video. Let's just zoom. Let's just zoom out a little bit there. 1, 2, 3. So I'm trying to show you cack-handed here. No, I don't want to reset my puffs. 1, 2, 3. I want the T, oh that one. 00080 is what it's set at. And it's noticeably warmer. Let's go to 500. I normally vape at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Lovely. Lovely. As you can see, it's working fine. The vape work for me is fine with this mod. There's no resistance. I haven't seen it apart from the new coil up, same coil down. There's no resistance lock, but it does always go back to the base resistance. It doesn't start vaping from it. You can see the resistance changing when you press the fire button, but it does always vape from 0.24. So it has got some sort of lock on there. So it's not vaping like if it was vaping from if it's firing from the initial, from what the resistance is now. When it's warm, it'll be red hot anyway and burn the cotton. So it is working. It's just not showing up on the screen as a resistance lock. So you can see the resistance moving up to, I can see it moving up to 0.52 ohms when it's vaping, but I think that's just showing you rather than it's not being released in the vape, because if it was, that cotton would have burnt. That cotton would have flamed up. Lovely. I hope you got what you got from the. I hope you got everything from the close-ups, guys. It's very difficult to show these devices on video because of how quick the menu system changes, and I do find even now, you know, I've been reviewing for a year and a half now, and it's still quite difficult to get these mods to work for you as a reviewer. And I hope I've sort of enlightened you to these extra features that are becoming on these, especially on the SMOC devices, that are very new to, you know, they're even new to me as a experienced vapor, for want of a better word. And all these, you know, I just think sometimes they push them a bit too far. They're trying to run before they can walk with this type of thing, because some of these features that they put on people do have problems with, and take a bit more research and time to get your head around them. And they do alter. They are vape quality altering features, which is what I've told SMOC in the past. I know this is a Koopor device, and that's what I'm speaking about, but Koopor obviously are using SMOC's sort of stable of chip. And so, you know, if I can say one thing, Koopor, don't run before you can walk with these devices, because we want to pull, as vapors, even myself, I want to pull a temperature control device out of its box, set it, lock the resistance in, and away I go. You know, set me Fahrenheit and away I go. I don't need to start wanting and all altering sort of things to. I buy nickel 200 in hard drawn nickel 200. I don't know what the bloody coefficients of the stuff I'm buying is. You know, each batch may be different. I don't know. You know, these altering the base resistance of the atomizers, not needed in my opinion. It's just a feature that's not needed and can drastically alter, as I've shown you in the close-up, it can drastically alter the base resistance of your coil. So not needed at all. Just, you know, pull the mod out of the box, set it, and away we go. That's all we need, guys. So thanks to John Boulder, boldvape.co.uk, for sending this on to me. Great little device. I could highly recommend this. And excuse me, let me have a little drink. Mr. Smith's at it again. So yeah, I'm highly recommend this, guys. Really good buy. Really solid device. Really solid. Very nice in the hand. As you can see, it's a stealthy device. Really stealthy compared to some of the devices that are on the market at the moment. And the 200 watt, the Koopor Plus, which is coming out, looks really nice as well. Dual 18650. If it's of this quality, that's going to be a hot seller as well, like this one apparently is. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you to John Bold at boldvape.co.uk, all the guys on the Approved Vapors forum, and all my admin mates on there, because obviously I'm part of the admin team on there. I won't mention all your names, guys. You know who you are. Thanks again. And thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next review. Thanks.